marked entry and exit points, and all electrical outlets and stage electrical equipment are of the highest quality and safety standards. The auditoriums have their own fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, sprinkler systems, and first aid kits for any emergencies. Desmond has a mix of indoor air-conditioned gyms, covered multi-purpose courts, and open fields. There are first aid kits in each facility for any minor mishaps. This is the high school gym with an adjoining fitness room. The gyms have changing rooms for girls and boys. A dedicated team of cleaners is assigned to the sports facilities to clean multiple times in a day. The flooring has a soft vinyl covering with color-coded marked courts. There are 15 fixed seats on each side of the facility. The ceilings are high with bright lighting, in addition to a transparent roof for plenty of natural light. The entire gym is well ventilated via a massive air conditioning system. There are 2 storage rooms within the facility to store all the sports equipment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our school. I'm so thrilled and happy to see so many educators coming under one roof for a good cause. So welcome to our school. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Dr. Usama Abedat, the CEO of Queen Rania Teacher Academy, and his colleague, Ms. Rania Saeed, the Director of Programs at the Academy. So please join me in giving them a big round of applause. Actually, what makes this meeting or gathering so special and unique is your presence, of course, and all the efforts that Mrs. Noura Al-Ghanem, the director of the Private School Union, and her team put in to make this gathering a reality. So please give Ms. Noura a big round of applause. I will ask her to come in, but I need to say one more thing about her efforts. Actually, this meeting symbolizes her vision of uniting schools and making education better in Kuwait. So my utmost respect and gratitude for her determination to make schools a better place. Thank you, Ms. Noura Al-Ghanem, and your union for all the trust that you put in us. Please.
Good afternoon. It's a privilege to be with you all today, and thank you so much for coming and accepting the invitation. First of all, I would like to thank Ms. Summer and her team for organizing a wonderful gathering this afternoon. Inshallah, all of you will benefit from. Also, to welcome our guest, Dr. Usama and Ms. Rula, and thank them for accepting our invitation to start our very first gathering for trying to reform and restructure our education in Kuwait, private education. I just want to say that if the private sector is successful in this country, it's because of what you are doing in your schools. And the union of private schools will make sure that all your efforts and all your needs will be met. We are going to start a new page, inshallah, by making sure that all our efforts are aiming the support of your vision and your management in your schools. Starting from today, inshallah, I hope you will enjoy this session. And as you all know, on tomorrow, Tuesday, there will be another session for teachers. I do hope that you have registered 3 names from your school, and we take it from there to wishing all of you a very successful afternoon. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Noura. So please, again, join me in giving a big round of applause for Dr. Asama and Ms. Rola. They will go on the stage and we will start, because I know all of you are very busy. But before we do that, let's give another big round of applause for all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. تفضل دكتور.
It's fine. It's good to see how I look like 2 years ago, before COVID. Assalamu alaikum. يعطيكم ألف عافية. Thank you, Walshi, Ms. Summer, for hosting us. And of course, big thank you to Ms. Noura for giving us this opportunity to meet such a great educators. We are again thrilled and privileged to have this meeting. We are hoping to have a more interactive session, so we will make a brief presentation about what we have learned at QRTA Teacher Academy, QRTA, over the past 10 or 11 years. I will start with the easy part, then I will leave the most difficult part for Rola. And again, happy Mother's Day. كل سنة وانتم سالمين إن شاء الله جميعا. نتمنى لكم كل التوفيق للأمهات وطبعا الآباء لأنه we believe this is the family's day. فعيد ميلاد سعيد للجميع الأمهات والآباء أيضا. We'll take this opportunity just to tell you what we have learned over the past 10 years when it comes to professional development. QRTA Teacher Academy is a not-for-profit organization that was established 2009 by Her Majesty Queen Rania Al Abdullah's vision to empower educators in Jordan and in the region. She believes that the most important element in the education system is the teacher. So by empowering teachers, by giving them the skills and the knowledge that they can transfer to the students or to the classrooms, this will eventually lead to a more high-quality education system that, again, will nurture the new generations. QRTA Teacher Academy, QRTA, works in Jordan, but we also work in the region. Over the past 10 years, we have learned a lot that we start sharing beyond Jordan, and being here is part of our mission. Over the past 10 years, again, there were different milestones. 2009, we started with in-service teachers program with Teachers College, Columbia University. It's called the School Networks. So bringing educators from different subjects like math, science, Arabic, English, social studies to work together inside the school and between schools. So this is more of a subject-specific pedagogy. And we continue since 2009. This program is still running and going on and making an impact in the education system. 2013 and 14, and due to the Syrian refugee crisis, we launched a program to train teachers on how to provide psychosocial supports for teachers who work with refugee children in the hosting community outside the refugee camps. And since then, we have trained more than 15,000 public school teachers in Jordan. And this program was continued and was modified and developed recently, 2022, 2021, to focus more on issues related to COVID, the pandemic, and with a focus into mental health And again, part of it is to bring different education actors like a principal or teachers and school counselor to work together to understand the issues that our children face and how they can provide such support for them. 2014, maybe some of you know about our Teacher Skills Forum. So this is a forum by educators, for educators, that was created in 2014 and continued to run on annual basis until 2020. And due to COVID, we put on hold on the forum. We resumed the forum on a different format. So in 2021, we launched what we call QRTA forum. It's a different format from the TSF. This is used to be run in collaboration with the IB, our partner, and we continue to be a regional accredited service provider for the IB workshops in Jordan. 2016, this is a big milestone for us. And His Majesty launched the National Strategy for Human Resource Development, and part of it was to make sure that whoever enters the classroom should be qualified and ready. So we launched a diploma, it's called Teacher Education Professional Diploma, in collaboration with University College London, UCL, the Institute of Education. And the same year, we also launched an Advanced Instructional Leadership Diploma, because we believe both has to be on board, the school leader as well as the teacher, because in order for transformation to happen, both of them should be fully on board. And these programs have been grown and expanded and now have been rolled to the region. And currently we have students from different countries in the region. Next slide, Rula. All our programs are designed, and some of them are delivered, and some of them are funded in collaboration with different international academic and non-academic organizations. As I just mentioned, for example, our teaching diploma was developed, designed and developed in collaboration with UCL. Our advanced instructional leadership in collaboration with the University of Connecticut. We also, of course, in Jordan, the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Higher Education are our partners. All our degrees or diplomas are issued by the University of Jordan. So our academic partner in Jordan is the University of Jordan. We work with for example, there's a European funded program, it's called EduSyria now, that's run by the German Jordan University. This is still where they take some of the less privileged student, university graduate, and they enroll them in graduate programs, and some of them come to QRTA for the teaching diploma. Also, we have our different partners from the region, Sharjah Private Education Academy, Dar Schools, A'nab in Saudi Arabia. We have Majlis Iqama Islam in Singapore, etc. And our list of partners continue to grow, and hopefully next time we will see Ittihad al-Madaris al-Khassa, the Union of the Private Schools, to be among the list of partners. I think I will stop here and leave it to Rula. Thank you.
Hello. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Osama, and I would like to thank you all for being here with us today, especially on a Mother's Day, so we can imagine the long day that you had, and hopefully you'll go to some celebrations with the family. And I'd like to start by thanking Mrs. Noura Al-Ghanem for driving us all with her great passion in education. I'd like to thank as well Ms. Samar Dizman and Dr. Khalil Abu Afife for welcoming us to Desman School. And I think Dr. Osama and I are very privileged to be among great experts in education in Kuwait, So thank you so much for being with us. What I'd like to share with you actually is our experience throughout the past 12 years at Queen Rania Teacher Academy. I'd like to share the lessons that we have learned, what worked well, what recommendations we have for effective professional development that really helps nurturing schools. And talk about a little bit about the sustainability that we have seen from the stories and the success stories that we've been through. And then I'll shed the light on important programs that you might find beneficial for your schools. And throughout my speech and what I'm going to share you with, please feel free to stop me to ask. We always learn from our partners. We always learn from educational organizations we work with. And this is how we enhance our work. So we always say that we start with research. And I'm sure you all agree with me that the impact of leadership development is very clear on student achievement. And if we go to research, and what long time ago Robert Marzano, Waters, and McNulty have seen that you would find a 10% increase and progress in student achievement if there's a 34% increase in leadership ability. And this improvement can go up to 22% if leadership ability jumps from 50 to 99%. So this is how important professional development for leaders is. And at the same time, we also have seen the impact of teacher professional development on student achievement. So it's not only leaders, it's also teachers. And some of the evidence that you've seen is, if we go back to TIMSS, the Standardized International Exams, and how we have countries such as Singapore and Korea scoring the highest. And what is common between them is that the teachers there are really committed to professional development. And the professional development we're talking about is inquiry-based learning, which we are all looking for, and which is very important, and I'm sure especially now in the so-called new normal. In our experience, and what we have seen, and how we worked on designing our professional development, we made sure that we always partner with experts in the field, with universities that have great and good practices to share the experience, to make sure that we are looking at international standards. We are benchmarking. So as Dr. Osama said, our diplomas that we've worked on with, we worked with universities such as University College London, University of Connecticut. But what we did was making sure that we're contextualizing those professional development programs to be aligned with what teachers face in the region and in our country. So this is something that is very important and that we've always took into consideration. And we always make sure that we're also looking at the national standards in every country and the school level as well, because you need to make sure it's aligned. The best comment we always hear is, the program you are offering is aligned with the vision of our school or aligned with the vision of our country, and that is really very important. So these are great points that we've learned as we went through designing professional development. Looking at the factors that we believe contribute to effective professional development, research always says that looking at subject-specific strategies, pedagogies, is very important. The teacher needs good tools that they can use in their learning environment for their students that are subject specific and help them. And nowadays we're looking at applications as well, going to online and blended learning, which is very important. Building the capacity of the team and attracting qualified talents. I'd like to stop here a little bit and tell you a bit more about Queen Rania Teacher Academy and the educators there, the experts. We always made it a point that the team we have who work on developing those programs are actually practitioners with long years of experience in the field. We're not looking only for, let's say, PhD holders. We're looking for educators who've been through the challenges, who understand what teachers need inside the learning environment. And we made sure that we have a diverse pool of experts. So the team we have nowadays at QRTA have backgrounds from public schools, private schools in Jordan, in the region, practitioners and teachers and principals who were in private schools with different international systems. So we make sure we have experts in the IB system, experts in the British system. Myself, I was a math teacher for 25 years in the English school, teaching through the British system and being an international accredited trainer with Cambridge, which gives me the exposure. So as an example, we have educators who are very well informed and knowledgeable in the American program. So this diverse pool of, or diverse group of educators at Queen Rania Teacher Academy helped enrich the programs that we develop. So we work closely with universities, and we work on developing, especially when it's an Arabic a program that is presented and offered in the Arabic language. We work on that, and it's not a translation, to make sure what we're offering is very much, it actually meets the needs of teachers and principals. Definitely we look at the needs of teachers. As Dr. Osama said, for example, the psychosocial support program that we are offering now is a response to the pandemic. So we developed a program under the title of Adaptation Skills in the Time of Crisis. So we always make sure we're meeting the needs. And of course, and I'm sure you all agree, we're looking at the non-cognitive skills of students. And this is why we make sure that programs enhance the skills of teachers. Because if you want your students to become critical thinkers, problem solvers, having the flexibility and agility mindset, you need to start with the teachers and the principals. So that's something that we learned, we have to take into consideration, and we've been working on. Sustainability is extremely important. And the first point in sustainability is creating professional learning communities. The success of the programs that we have seen was in creating professional learning communities, especially when it's coupled with a cycle of reflective meetings, regular workshops, regular conferences, and getting together, peer coaching, learning from each other. There's a quote that I always use and I always believe in, is that the valuable resource of every teacher is teachers themselves. So if we don't collaborate and work together, then we will not actually have this exposure and learn from each other. Involving the local community is extremely important, and the pandemic also taught us the importance of parental engagement. And this is a part that is really important. So making sure the community is engaged, parents are engaged is extremely important. Research has shown us that the success of students is expected to be higher if parents are engaged. Innovation and education technology is extremely important. Working on design thinking, creativity is a great need nowadays. And of course, quality assurance and continuous improvement. It is it's an item that is always in every program that we work on, and it really helps ensure that we are maintaining the quality we want. And quality assurance takes different forms, making sure that we're getting the feedback from our participants, the feedback from the trainers, having the surveys always to help us enhance our programs. We have in every program rigorous assessment protocols that we go through to ensure that a participant who is getting a certificate really deserves it. It's not a workshop that you would take and walk out from. It is a training that you are getting the theoretical part and applying in your school and going through assessments as well. So through our assessment protocol, we always go through standardization, internal moderation, external moderation. In our big programs, we also have board of examiners to ratify the grades and make sure the participant actually deserves the certificate and meets the conditions of this program. Again, continuous improvement, and continuous improvement comes from all the slides that were before that, because we need to make any decision that is based on evidence. At QRTA, monitoring and evaluation is an important component that is in every program. Collecting data, analyzing it, making sure that decisions are driven by the information, the data we are getting from our stakeholders. And stakeholders won't be the participants only. Stakeholders would be the employers in the schools, where participants are gaining the knowledge, the skills, and are applying. Stakeholders would be our academic advisors as well at the school, or the Ministry of Education if they're working with us on a certain program. So we gain and we gather the data that we need. We make the decisions based on that. The enhancement is a cycle that we go through always. We always make sure there's flexibility and adaptability. And as Dr. Osama said, our programs were transferred online. It was part of our strategic plan, but as a response to COVID, we had to expedite the process and make sure we are ready. And actually, in no time, we had our programs developed online, ready to meet the needs of our educators in Jordan and the region as well. So the cycle of program development that Queen Rania Teacher Academy goes through starts from the needs assessment, making sure we know what the need is to be able to meet the needs of educators, of schools. So even we sometimes work with schools on a one-to-one basis with a certain school, making sure that we can customize the program to tailor the needs of the school. Any kind of program is also always research-based. We had a meeting today with some of our participants in the leadership diploma, where they actually said the assignments and the tasks they go through is also research-based. They need to make sure any reflective writing they're doing or any academic piece of assignment they are presenting and submitting is research-based. So we make sure we always go back to what research says. And then comes the development of the program. Technology integration is an important part of that. We go to the implementation. Through the implementation, we ensure that we are creating professional learning communities. Impact studies always take place to give us the information we need to enhance and move forward. And then the continuous improvement takes place. I'm going to give you an idea on the online model that we are now offering, especially when I go to the following slides, talking about the two diplomas that Dr. Osama mentioned at the beginning, the teaching diploma for teachers and the leadership diploma. So the online model includes a blend of synchronous and asynchronous learning. The asynchronous learning goes through information, the content that we have on our platform. It starts with an introduction to hook the learner, the participant. It goes through the learn. We're actually using the LEAP. Some of you might know the LEAP model, which is a Harvard-based model, the learn, engage, apply, practice. Through the learning part, the participant is reading articles, looking at case studies, watching videos to gain the knowledge. And then you start by engaging with the knowledge that you've gained through a discussion forum where you interact with colleagues, not only in your school, not only in your country, but worldwide, in the region, I mean, in the Arab region. And you can imagine the exposure you're going through. Then you have the apply, where you apply the task, you gain feedback from academic advisors or trainers at the academy. And the most important part is the professional practice inside your school, inside the classroom, where you apply what you've learned. So even if you are a teacher taking the program and you feel that you actually have a heavy load at school, the application or the practice that is taking place is part of your duty. So you're learning how to plan a lesson, and then you go, you plan it, and you implement it in your school and in your classroom. So if you have any questions before I start talking about the two diplomas, giving you an idea what the diploma is, and if you wish, I can continue, and then we can keep the questions till the end, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's just that I don't want to be lecturing a lot and okay, fine? Okay, so I'll continue. Okay, I'll stop at the Teacher Education Professional Diploma. It's a 9-month diploma, 24 credit hours. It doesn't mean that the length of teaching and learning is 24 hours, of course not. Ms. Rihab is looking at me and smiling because she's been through the leadership diploma. It's 24 credit hours because the certificate is awarded by the University of Jordan. You all know probably the University of Jordan, which is an accredited university. And we are very proud to announce that the diploma, the teaching diploma, has obtained the accreditation from CAPE, the Council for the Accreditation of Educator Preparation. We are the first educational organization in Jordan to obtain this accreditation, and we are the third in the region after the University of Zayed and the Emirates University. So we're the third in the region, and we actually obtained it for 7 years, which is the maximum number of years they can give. And that was due to the fact that we had no areas for improvement and no stipulations. So we're glad actually to get that. And since we have everybody with us today, if you don't mind, Dr. Osama, if I may tell them as well that we are also qualified to get what is called as the Frank Murray Award, which so far it's given for very few educational organizations. It's supposed to be announced very soon, but I broke this and talked about it today. Ba'ad iznak. And as we said, it was developed by, in collaboration with the University College London Institute of Education. And this is the award, the accreditation that we have received. Okay. Looking at the curriculum outline, as any professional development for teachers, it tackles very important topics. As you can see here, the teacher would gain the skills, the knowledge they need of how they can create an inclusive, supportive environment. You need to know more about child development. You need to go to the subject-specific pedagogies to learn more. We cannot lose our sight of the importance of ICT and online learning, which is extremely important now. And the teacher in this program, because we model what online learning means, so you're not learning as well. You take this model and you implement it with your students. And of course, subject inquiry to us is extremely important, and I'm sure we all talk the same language nowadays, and the importance of inquiry-based learning, in addition to other topics. And I'll stop here just to explain a bit more how the link between theory and practice happens. More than 50% of the teaching and learning that takes place in this diploma is practicum. It's the practicum part. It's not theory only. Whatever you learn, you get engaged with colleagues in your school and in the region, and you have to apply. So by the time you complete the 9 months, there's a change in the mindset. There are lifelong learner teachers that graduate from the diploma, having this flexibility mindset, problem solvers who always base any decision on research. The second diploma, if not the first as well, I would say the Advanced Instructional Leadership Professional Diploma, which is again a 9-month diploma, 24 credit hours, awarded by the University of Jordan, and has been developed in collaboration with the University of Connecticut. Through this diploma, our leaders make sure that they are aware of what happens in every corner of the school. An instructional leader who's not in the office and, close to his or her desk is a leader who focuses a lot on the teaching and learning that is taking place, who can articulate a vision of the organization and lead the team to make sure there's a shared common vision among them. A leader who can create this community of sharing and the community of accepting feedback and learning from each other. And a leader who knows how to supervise, to give feedback, to mentor, coach, and support the team. And maybe later on we can give the chance to some of our participants who, some of you graduated and others are enrolled now from Kuwait. We have colleagues from Desman School, from Bayan School taking this diploma. So as you can see, the modules, there are 4 modules that they go through, and in every module we have the asynchronous learning, as I said. So as a leader, as a principal, you can take that at your own pace, at your own time, in the afternoon. During the weekend, you read, you watch videos, you write down your reflection. Diplomas both depend on how much you reflect. If we reflect, we learn a lot. And at the same time, they gain the feedback from trainers at the academy. And you all attend reflective meetings that are synchronous, live reflective meetings, where you learn from your colleagues. So you go through the module and then you start with those reflecting meetings during the module and at the end as well. In addition to the 2 diplomas that we talked about, we have a wide range of professional development programs that are different in duration, different in modality. Some are fully online, some are through live synchronous sessions. The topics, as you can see here, subject-specific pedagogy in different subject areas where the strategies, the tools that a teacher needs, they are obtained in those programs. The psychosocial support, as I said, especially the one we are offering now, talking about the adaptation skills during the time of crisis, looking at the mental health, the mind habits, how you can include your learners, making sure you're taking into consideration the well-being. I'm sure you all agree. Nowadays, well-being is our #1 priority. The Arabic language programs this program in particular is one of the most programs that schools demand nowadays. It looks at the literacy part in early grades and the subject specific part in later grades. And during the pandemic, learning loss that we have seen and through research is all about literacy and numeracy and the importance of that. So this program tackles this part, looks at how a teacher can use storytelling to enhance the reading, the listening, and the comprehension of students and more. The Teach Like a Champion program looks at every single thing a teacher needs, how to look at behavior management, behavior for learning, the culture inside your classroom, how you can manage virtual classrooms as well. And this is based on the well-known Teach Like a Champion book, Doug Lemove. We have the Arabic version. We always make sure there are programs that are very rich, and the language of instruction is Arabic for teachers who teach in Arabic language. Innovation and entrepreneurship in education, we're all looking for that nowadays to enhance the skills of our students. So the design thinking part is there, looking at gamification and its importance. Artificial intelligence and others are in this program. And maybe just to give you a quick idea at the end how we do identify the needs. As we said, through our observations, through our surveys that we do, through our discussion with partners, through people like you, experts in the field whom we learn from. So we have seen lately that the demand and the vision is to go through linking pedagogy to technology, how to engage parents, the well-being is very important, the skills, as I mentioned earlier, early childhood education is very important. And these are the skills that we believe our learners need for the future. So in every program, in every PD you're thinking of as well, make sure that these are taken into consideration. So I think with that, we've covered most of the things. Excuse me, and if you wish, do you think Dr. Osama would go through the video about the leadership? So I'll show you a quick video on the success story that we had with one of the schools where they had a number of their leaders, principals, middle management, coordinators, because the diploma, the leadership diploma, has a module. We call it Module 0 for those who are not principals but aspiring principals. They can take this module and then continue and take the full diploma. So we had one of the schools who went through a number of their leadership team taking the diploma, and they tell us their story.
من قبل فترة قررنا أنا وزميلاتي في المدرسة المدنية نلتحق في برنامج اللي بتقدمه الأكاديمية الدبلوم المهني للقيادة التعليمية المتقدمة. كان في نظرة مهمة جداً إلنا كإدارة مدرسة وضعت رؤية للطالب الخريج بأنه يكون طالب متعلم، قائد، متعاون، مشارك. صورة الخريج في نظرنا كانت مهمة جداً، كيف نطبقها من خلال تطوير أداء المعلم وتطوير أسلوبه داخل المدرسة.
بحب أشارككم بإحدى التطبيقات اللي كانت مفيدة بالنسبة لي، اللي هي أخذ المشاهدات الصفية. كيف أنا لما بدي أفوت على حصة أشوف المعلمة لازم أرصد أو أكتب كل شيء أنا شفته، كل شيء أنا سمعته، بنادي المعلمة بحكي معاها، حتى بالنهاية أنا وياها نوصل لأفضل الممارسات التي تطبق في الصف وتعمل على تطوير العملية التعلمية.
تحليل بيانات الطلبة أنا بعتبرها هي الركن الأساسي اللي على أساسه بتنبنى أي قرارات تخص المعلم أو تخص المنهاج أو تخص العملية التعليمية.
اللي بنقوم فيه بفرق البيانات، نجمع هالأدلة، بيانات تحصيل الطالب، نقوم بتحليلها ونجد وين نقاط القوة لدى الطالب تحتاج إلى تعزيز ونقاط الضعف اللي بتحتاج لتحسين. وكمجموعة من المعلمين المتخصصين في المادة نقوم بوضع الخطة حتى نرتقي بالتعليم في داخل الغرفة الصفية.
قدرنا نتزود ببعض الأدوات اللي ساعدتنا في تحسين أداء المعلم في الصف وإكساب بعض المهارات اللي بتنعكس بالتالي على تحسين نوعية التعلم والتعليم المقدم للطلاب.
لما بتطلب من الطالب يكون طالب متعلم ذاتي، لازم يكون عم بيشوف المعلم نموذج له لحتى يخرج بأفضل النتائج.
Over here it shows the teaching diploma. So the video that we watched was the outcome of the Advanced Instructional Leadership Diploma. And here we have some pictures, some work that has been done by our participants in the Teacher Education Professional Diploma. This shows their journey and how they go through all the topics. We look at so many things throughout the topics. We look at STEAM, we look at entrepreneurship, as you can see. Okay. Some of the pictures that they have worked on. Integrating media into education as well. Some videos here from their work. Education, technology as well in education. This is the work. This shows some of their portfolios that they've worked on, and using smart mobiles, trying to be creative and innovative in what they do. Some work on STEAM. Sorry. Those pictures show how they apply the learning through experiments. They live it, they model it, so that they can transfer it into their classroom. So all kinds of strategies, visible thinking routines, any kind of learning takes place in the same model that we want to see in our classrooms. The inquiry-based learning, project-based learning, throughout those 9 months, they learn those strategies. And here maybe one of the videos where inside the classroom they apply. So you can see what they are applying inside the classroom. I'm not. So the students here are trying to, model what the teacher gives, taking it as real life situations. And there's always professional development that they go through, even in online. I mean, they would come up with they did a conference where it was among them, where each one of them, whatever they've learned, they transferred it to the others. And many of them went through workshops in their schools, and they offered and delivered those workshops to the colleagues they had in the school. And the uniqueness of the teaching diploma is if a teacher is taking this diploma, there should be a mentor in the school who is more experienced than the teacher, coaching, supporting, and helping this teacher. And the mentor, who's a teacher in the school, in the same subject, would go through a mentorship training. So the impact in the school is even doubled, if not tripled, because two of them are working together, they're learning, and they're sharing whatever they're learning with colleagues in their school. So a school that has teachers taking the diploma, so they have mentors, and a leader is taking this diploma as well, together they can be change agents in the school. And okay, finally, we have the public good, and what QRTA always believes in is transferring knowledge to educators in Jordan and the region. And we do this by MOOCs, massive open online courses. This year we developed and launched more than 7 MOOCs, and those MOOCs are all on our platform. The topics range from innovation in education, well-being of educators and students. We looked at data teams, or using data to make decisions, behavior management as well. So we have a number of MOOCs in important trending topics, very much needed. We have our QRTA talk that we've used from the name TED Talk we came up with. These sessions are live sessions on our Facebook, or you can also register and attend through Zoom with guest speakers in the region and looking at very important topics. Last week we had an interesting topic by Ms. Nadine Power talking about the power of conversation, a very interesting topic. So those topics are always free and available for all. And the QRTA forum that we had this year, we actually tackled a topic in a different way. People were looking at learning loss. The title of our topic, of our theme this year was learning skills gained in the time of COVID. And to come up with this forum, we had a survey. And through the survey, similar to what I've showed you a while ago on the slide, we realized that there were a lot of skills gained during COVID by students and teachers: self-learning, independence, problem solving. Those were skills that students gained. And our forum included more than 25 speakers from 20 different organizations in the world, Arabic and English. We had a session with students, which was very interesting, telling us about what they learned during COVID and what their needs are. And we had more than 7,000 register for this forum. So we would love to have you all in our, having your emails with us always, so that you can have access to all of those educational sessions that your teachers and your principals can benefit from. So thank you so much for your patience. I do hope it wasn't too long, but I tried to just thank you so much. And we're open for any questions that you might have, please.
First of all, thank you, Ms. Rola. Let's give her another round of applause. That was very detailed and beneficial to all of us. And actually, we do have two of Queen Rania's Academy in Dasman. We have Ms. Rihab and Dr. Khalil, who did the leadership course. And Ms. Rihab told me, even though she has over, I'm not going to say her age, over 25 in Dasman years of experience. She has a master's degree, but she told me that when she did the leadership course, it was amazing. She learned a lot of stuff, and it benefited her in her daily work in the school. So we verify for your academy. Before we move to questions and answers, please, we have some refreshments in the open air and live music to celebrate you, celebrate Mother's Day, and make you feel a little bit valued and de-stress, because I know you all came from your schools. So please don't leave us after the questions. Just, I will lead the way. We have our music teachers waiting to, show our talents in music. So please just stay for a moment and enjoy the evening with us. Thank you, Mrs. Rola.
Thank you so much, Ms. Samar. And
questions? Yes.
We're open for questions. I'll do the simple ones, and the challenging ones will be for Dr. Osama. And if you would like to also ask about the when the programs start for the diplomas, their academic year, please, tfadali.
I just wanted to thank you first, and then I'd like to ask what's next. So after the diploma, what's next?
Yeah, that's a good question. We really make sure that the teacher or the principal, throughout their journey in the diploma, there's a clear shift in the mindset. So we expect them to become lifelong learners. We have seen through our impact studies and through our follow-up from our graduates from both diplomas, the impact that took place in their schools and how they have become mentors for teachers in their schools, how they have continued with different professional diplomas, different professional programs to enhance their knowledge. So we do always believe this outcome is extremely important to obtain sustainability. Thank you.
Ms. Rola, if you allow me, let's have Ms. Rihab just say a couple of words about her own experience. Mrs. Rihab is our middle school principal.
Good afternoon. يسعد مساكم. have been, as Ms. Summer mentioned, working at DBS for a long period of time. And I did my master's degree in leadership and education through Framingham State University. During the COVID period, Dr. Khalil told me about this diploma. First, I was hesitant. I thought like I'll go back to take a diploma after taking my master's. Then I thought like, in order to keep learning, for continuous learning, I wanted to keep my mind working on during this COVID period. And this is the most important decision that I've taken in my life, believe it or not. The experience that I gained during these 9 months were very important to me and to my job. I learned important things that we applied on a daily basis in the school. I learned, although I have experience, but I have refinement of the skills that I have, because we tend to not ignore, but we tend with everyday work and everyday challenges, we tend to put things on the side and not pay attention to it, because on a daily basis we have challenges from the parents, students, teachers. But it is very important that you reflect at the end of the day, like we used to do in our assignments. We need to reflect on our practices. Stop and reflect. The main important thing that we learned at the beginning is the core of education that consists of the curriculum, the teacher, and the student. You start with the curriculum, you start training your teachers to think of the end in mind, planning the unit plans in order to reach the students. The teacher is very important in this equation, because the teacher is the key point, as Dr. Osama mentioned at the beginning. Not only professional development of the teacher, the well-being is also very important. Once you have a teacher who is working from the heart, you will see a great difference in students' achievement. Academic doesn't happen easily. So I encourage you, it's like I'm بعملكم دعاية. I encourage you to keep on learning. Queen Rania Teacher Academy is a very great institute that, like, I am privileged that I took this course or this diploma with them. I believe that would be it. I'm not gonna take a long time. I know you all have to go to your families.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Any questions before we, yes.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
سهام عايش from Risala School.
أهلا سهام.
I want to ask a question. How can we join the programs, one of these programs? Is it by individuals, or the school should communicate with you and then will ask for professional development for our teachers and leaders? How can we start the PD with you?
Thank you. Definitely, it could be either by individuals or by schools. So it could be either. We can keep our information. Right now, I actually have a QR code that you can just use to enter your details, and we'll directly contact you if you are interested. Excuse me. Oh, it's down there. Yeah. And through our website as well. Our website shows you also the diplomas that we have. You can show your interest, and you can contact us directly. If as a school, definitely we'll have the arrangements for you. Okay. So I will be giving out, if you wish. We have this card, so we thought it's easy. Now QR codes are used everywhere, even menus. You cannot go to a restaurant anymore and enjoy flipping and looking at it. It's always through QR code. So this code over here is Get to Know Us More. It's our website. And this QR code over here is Connect with Us. Just fill the information if you may. We would highly appreciate that. And we'll contact you directly. Okay, so do hope this helps.
I also would like to explain something, if I may. Being the head of the on the committee with the private schools union, we have been chosen to also participate in giving our vision in restructuring education in Kuwait. Of course, as we know, reforming schools also is one of the tasks that also was asked the union to actually participate in. One of the things that I got to know, and this what made the union actually be active on this subject, is the government is planning in the future and near future to start implementing the teaching certification on teachers. So this is very important for you to know. You have a full staff that works under your wings and under your vision, and I'm sure you want to be prepared ahead of time. I do not wish my words to be taken that I am doing any type of advertisement to this very respectful association, but we found that this academy can serve our needs in both English and Arabic. So both Western teachers and Arab teachers as well. We were always used to bring the professional development from abroad, and the majority of these courses used to be conducted in English language, which made a lot of difficulties to a lot of non-speakers to benefit from. So this was a very important opportunity for the union to actually ask our guest to visit Kuwait and speak about the academy and how the academy can help the private sector. Also, one of our aims is to bring the attention of the public sector as well. If the government is going to make the very important decision by implementing the teaching certification, then in few years it will be a must for any educator to participate in teaching. And when I say participate in teaching, I mean teaching and management. So this is actually the main reason behind this visit, is to have the union try to help you as much as possible. And of course, you will be able to contact the academy directly. And if there is any way we can help you as well from the union, we will not hesitate to do so. So I hope this is clear from that side. And now we understand how important it is to think seriously about professional development and about the preparation for a definite decision that will be implemented soon in the coming few years. God bless you all. Thank you.
Any questions? Yes.
Thanks very much. I've enjoyed the occasion. I'm just curious of the cost. What's the charge involved for the courses? Is that appropriate to ask?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll take this difficult question. It's okay. It's actually outside Jordan. It's around $2,700 US dollars. So 2,700 US dollars, which is around 900 KDs. Approximately 900 KDs, which is, I believe, a competitive price compared to other diplomas and PGCEs. Yeah.
An accredited diploma.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that presentation. It was very informative, and I do look forward looking into the Queen Rania Teaching Academy. This question is directed to Ms. Noor Al-Ghanem, if you don't mind. I'm sorry.
Please.
It's nice to meet you over here.
Hi.
I just had a question for you. With talks about teacher certification coming, which is a definite thing to happen in the future, inshallah, I was just curious, has there ever been a talk in the union about finding some sort of kind of like common curriculum for the English, curriculum? In general, now we're following the American, if you're an American school, you're following either the Common Core or specific state standard. I know in the British schools, they're following, the national curriculum there. Has there ever been discussion of developing a specific curriculum for Kuwait? I mean, you have wonderful educators here with amazing experience. And sometimes it's a bit of a challenge to find the correct way to implement an American curriculum to a Kuwaiti population, specifically stories and resources that are not linked to the students. So has there ever been talks about that, about developing some sort of internal curriculum for English specifically, because there is such a high demand here in Kuwait? Something like a national one, yeah.
Okay, that's a very good question. I want to explain something first, just to make it clear. We all know what the national curriculum is. Okay, so Kuwait still lacks a written, or no, I can't say a written, I'm sure it is written, but it has not been distributed yet. And I think this is one of the reasons why you have that type of feeling regarding the curriculum. But we're working very close with Dr. Salman Al-Lafi, who is the director of the private sector. And hopefully soon this problem will be solved. And we're trying actually as well to find ways where the private sector can move on without the, I should say, the chains that, that we find here and there because of the public sector not being able to move as quick. But inshallah soon, a lot of changes are taking place. Yani from what I see it's happening, there is a lot of serious, very serious talk now, and serious movements and steps that have been taken already. And hopefully soon, inshallah, the Minister of Education will be announcing a lot of steps and measures that will be taken soon.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
May I ask, please? Yes. Hi. Thank you very much for the presentation. I would like to know if the skills acquired by the diplomas, do they meet the need of the inclusive environment or inclusive classrooms?
Yes. Thank you so much for this question. It is very important to consider that. So in the teaching diploma, of course, there's a theme that talks about how you can tackle an inclusive environment. And probably in the leadership diploma, this is also taken into consideration yet. Not in, let's say, if your question is in depth, in, let's say, in too much depth in special needs education or so, it gives an idea, because as a teacher, you have to be well-rounded in everything. So it gives an idea of how you can tackle this in your classroom and have this inclusive environment. I do hope I answered your question. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everything that you've done. I just have one question. We have a lot of Westerner teachers in this country. If we take this diploma, would it be acceptable outside of the Arab countries, or, you know, like for instance, in America or in Britain? Would it be certified going teaching there with it?
Thank you for your question. It is an important question. But again, as I told you, this diploma is awarded by the University of Jordan. And this diploma has also gained has obtained the international accreditation. So then it depends on the rules and the regulations of ministries of education, higher education in every single country. So it's like when you get a degree from any university, it's a bit difficult to figure out whether your degree is going to be accredited in different countries. But the information you have is this, which hopefully helps you. Yes, exactly. So, for example, we have participants from Sweden, and the participants are Arab-speaking teachers who are taking this diploma. So what they're doing is that they get all the information and they go to their Ministry of Education, and they're doing this accreditation to make sure that the diploma they're taking is going to be recognized in their country. So what we have seen in different practices is that you're taking the diploma. Once you get the certificate, you go to the country you're in and you try to get the recognition.
If we are done, please join us for the dinner and live music. I hope you enjoy it. شرفتونا وفرحنا فيكم وفرحنا بوجود الدكتور أسامة والست رولا، طبعا على رأسنا جميعا راكان الست نورة الغانم. فبليز don't leave. It's a night for you. Enjoy it. Thank you.
And a big thank you for the lovely ladies who've been helping us from grade 12. Are you? Yeah, lovely. Thank you so much, students. Our future educators, maybe. Thank you.